Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Canyon Country Advisory Committee. Tonight we'll have our call to order. We've already had our flag salute, so we'll have announcements and ask if there are any corrections to the minutes of the last meeting. Then for the upcoming election of the Newhall County Water Board, we have invited all 4 water board candidates here, and we'll talk about the format of how we're going to deal with it, but we'll have them come and speak, and it'll be done in our normal method by lottery. Then we're going to get an update on the manufactured home rent control ordinance. This is an issue that Ray Henry and Doug Fraser have been working, and they have been doing an excellent job in moving the city along to update this ordinance. Then we're going to talk about the LA County Civil Grand Jury City Report. This is a city report where an independent group gets together and they ranked all 86 cities in Los Angeles County, and Santa Clarita finished 36th. So, we're normally used to everybody telling us that we're number one and that everybody is just can't wait to be Santa Clarita, and they all envy us. Well, maybe there's something else that we can do to get a little bit better, to continually improve our processes. Next will be our version of public participation, which is the first 5 people to come up for 1 minute. If you want to speak at the end of the meeting, just sign up in the back of the room. Then a preview of some of the next meetings, and we'll adjourn. Now, typically at this time, it's before the pledge, and we talk about some local heroes or some heroes that are in the news. And I had some what I thought was a really touching tribute. And then, of course, the world changed yesterday, and the day before, and we had another tragedy with 12 people being shot at the Washington Naval Yard. So again, it's another unfortunate situation. The perpetrator, Aaron Alexis, a 34-year-old military contractor, seemed to be someone who had mental difficulties, and unfortunately, he went out to relieve his frustrations by killing some of his co-workers, and he was shot in the fray with police. So here's another tragedy. 12 people. It shows that you can never tell what's going to happen. 12 people who were just there at work in the morning and who passed away in that. God bless them all. And possibly we could just have a moment of silence in memory of those 12 individuals that died on the 16th of September. So thank you. For announcements, there are a couple of them that I didn't have a chart for. One is on September the 28th and the 29th. They're going to be celebrating the powwow at Hart Park, and it's a celebration of Native Americans, Indian dances, and Indian culture will be displayed. So September the 28th and 29th from 10 a.m. to 7. On the 28th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on the 29th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Hart will be open for that activity. Also, I'm sure you remember that from the 26th to the 29th, one of the traveling Vietnam walls will be here in Santa Clarita. It would be, I think, a very important thing to go see. I've been to the wall in D.C. with the Vietnam vets, and then saw one of the traveling walls up north, and it is an emotional experience. So if you have an opportunity, please go ahead and visit the traveling wall. Now today in the Signal, I saw this ad, and I know you can't read it, but the ad says, "What's awesome in Valencia or Saugus?" And it's saying they're looking for community contributors to get the word out. So I dialed a phone quickly. I said, wait a minute. What do you mean what's awesome in Valencia or Saugus? What about Canyon Country and Newhall? What about those guys too? Well, what they told me is they're really looking for stories from all 4 of the quadrants of the city. And what they're planning to do is they're planning to have a page and they're actually going to combine Valencia and Saugus. They're going to have a page for articles about Valencia and Saugus, and then the next week they're going to have a page for Newhall, and then possibly next week for Canyon Country, or maybe not in that order. But when I talked to Jana at the Signal, she says, oh yes, we want to have articles about all the different areas in Santa Clarita. So I told her, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Tonight I'll do a shout out and ask everybody that feels like it would be a good thing to write a story about something around their home area and get it in the Signal. We're going to be at the River Rally on Saturday. We've been there now for the last few years. This was last year's picture with Rick and his granddaughter, but we're going to be there this year. It's going to be at the Newhall Community Center on Market Street, and we'll be there. So come visit us. Also, just remember, the ducks are back. So if you plan to, or if you've been training a racing duck for the whole year for this event, maybe, just hoping that it was going to win. Anyhow, you can adopt a duck at duckrace.com, and then on October the 5th will be the actual event. Looking at our statistics, we had a good meeting last meeting. A number of people were going up. It was interesting, and while our number of actual live people here attending went up, our number of people watching videos went down. So we'll just keep checking and seeing how that's going. Now, I heard some people tell me, I had one person tell me that they didn't get the announcement that those videos are out there. So let me know if you're not getting those video announcements, and I will certainly make sure that you get them. So are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? No. So they'll stand as read, and onward and upward we go. All right, at our next meeting, Dr. Dorio will be here to talk about healthcare in Santa Clarita. I'm sure by that time we'll have a more in-depth report from the oversight from the FAP, from the Financial Accountability and Audit Panel. We're planning to start meet and greets in November and January. We've got to get the announcement out to all of the declared candidates to date. What we'll do is when we send out the notice, we'll give them the opportunity to decide which month they want to come, and it will be on a first-come, first-served basis. And then we'll proceed into next year and in all likelihood run a forum in February. Obviously, I can't participate in running either the meet and greets or the forum, and right now we're looking at Richard Cardenas to head up that function. So thank you very much for choosing to attend the Canyon Country Advisory Committee this month, and I hope you'll come back and join us again next month. Thank you very much.